you see here behind me, this is the RV that was initially on fire. Again, this started as a vehicle fire, quickly ignited the brush and spread fast toward those homes. The way this is moving, the speed with which it's moving, it's just really not an ample situation for firefighters as we see more flames there. We talked about it earlier this week, the weather really aligning with what we saw in 2012 with Waldo Canyon. National Weather Service said, you know what, we need the moisture, and even if we get a normal month of April, we're still going to be behind, and that's what you're seeing right now.
Her house has been burnt to the ground. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Mark. I'm so sorry.
Some people like Deanna Ely were gone at work when the fire began. Her husband was still at home, but she couldn't get through.
And it's all like this, and I asked that cop over there if he'll let me back, and he said no. He said they're evacuating everybody. I haven't seen my husband yet, and I'm starting to freak out.
He had a decision to make, to carry on and guard his home or turn back and join his crew.
I'm driving home and I see the big plume of smoke, and I'm not exactly sure where it is, but I know it's in my neighborhood.
Instead of defending his home, he went in and joined his crew, digging line on the fire's flank, knowing the flames were heading for his house.
I was always looking over my shoulder and seeing how it was going, because there was a lot of intensity over by my place.
He wasn't kidding.
News 5's Sam Kraemer has been tracking that fire for us. The uncertainty here, Sam, still looms for those evacuated.
Yeah, Rob, that's exactly right. Every day we meet someone new watching the fire from roadblocks, hoping that their house is still standing.
No real plan, really. I'm going to watch and see if the flame comes down that valley. I'm hoping it's not. It looks like it might not, but I've been wrong 100 times so far with this fire. It has a mind of its own.
That's why the spring fire has been so challenging for firefighters. Monday marking day 6 on the incident, with the fire now distinctly split into a pair of plumes. Crews on the ground still playing defense.
We've created conditions where we can't put out this fire. All we can do is try to keep it from burning the things that people don't want burned.
Now that progress today, not so much in the form of containment, but more so preparations. Firefighters tell me the flames are as explosive as they've ever seen. I'm going to step out of the way so you can take a look. Even tonight at 10 o'clock, the fire's still burning hot.
The explosive fire growth is just basically unbelievable. We saw it on the 416 fire in Durango, and we're seeing it here in our country.
Chief DeTrey says the fire behavior has been extreme. The spring fire consumed 10,000 acres in just 4 hours overnight, a time when most wildfires cool off and calm down. Today was a red flag day, but the families here told me they did not expect a fire of this magnitude this close to home. But even in dry conditions, the emotional toll is a lot to handle too. Burnett described the moment she learned her house was in danger.
When I found out, it's like your heart just sinks.
Several structures were threatened, but officials say none are damaged at this time. Some 100 firefighters all working to contain the blaze into the night, a two-pronged approach aimed at extinguishing flames and protecting property.
The large fire trucks that everybody's used to seeing, those are out doing structure protection, and the four-wheel drive units, which we call Type 6, those are out doing more of the attack on it.
Southern Colorado at a level 3 on the national preparedness scale, 1 being little to no risk, 5 the absolute worst. And that means that additional out-of-state crews have to be here on standby, and those crews are being supported from right here in Pueblo. Praise continues for the thousands of firefighters stationed throughout Colorado. Many are on major incidents, but several take their orders from here, the Pueblo Interagency Dispatch Center, the second largest in the Rocky Mountain region.
It's been nonstop. We've been 24-hour staffing for the last month and a half probably. Our primary staff again is working anywhere from 10 to 16-hour days.
The Colorado Springs Fire Department says around 25% of the city's population lives inside the wildland-urban interface. So when fires like Waldo Canyon push closer to those neighborhoods and businesses, it requires even more attention and different tactics. Firefighters have to constantly analyze the values at risk, not just for the homes and families in danger, but also for themselves.
Although trees are very important and the landscape is very important, when you add structures into it, you're talking about values, you're talking about people, you're talking about life safety a lot more.
Now that change in weather is expected to bring with it more cloud cover, increased humidity, even a good chance for rain altogether. That would make it harder for the available fuels to burn and a lot easier for the firefighters to work directly on the flames. Always watching out for you, Southern Colorado. Sam Kraemer, News 5.